Once again, we're in the place to be. Welcome back to In the Black. Like the video. Help me grow the channel. And with that being said, let's jump right into it. Let me tell you what stupidity looks like. Let me spell it out for you. We hear people going on and on about the drip price. Now, it's fallen. I'm not going to hold you up. It has fallen for sure. Now we know the crypto market is down, down, down. The stock market is down, down, down. Things are just not looking good overall. Drip is not the only cryptocurrency that has taken a spanking, a straight up walloping. And we can't deny that. I'm not trying to hide from that fact at all. But I'm going to tell you what stupidity looks like. Maybe you already know what it looks like, but I'm going to spell it out for you anyway. This price here, 62 cents. So we're at about 62 cents per drip. Yes, it was just about a year ago that we were flirting with almost 200 per drip. 180, I believe it topped out at. And a lot of us got in around $100 or, between $50 and $100. So looking at potential losses. However, if you've been compounding this whole time, perhaps not. But let's just look at this simple fact. This is why people just don't get it. They only see the price of drip. That's all that they see. They don't see anything else. They can't see past their noses. So here's what stupidity looks like. If I were to take my hard-earned money, if you were to take your hard-earned money and you wanted to acquire 100 drip right now, it will cost you less than $100 to do so. It'll cost you about $75 or so because you're going to be giving up that 10% to taxes. So it'll cost you less than $100 to get 100 drip. 100 drip will cost you less than $100 to acquire. So your investment is less than $100 to acquire 100 drip. Every single day after a month, you're going to be earning about 83 cents a day if prices stay at about what they are right now, assuming that they stay about 60 cents or so. Maybe it'll be down to 50%. Maybe it'll be down to 10 cents. Who knows what it's going to be, but it's going to be less than $1. Okay, so this is what you start out at. Now, if you keep compounding regularly, maybe every 48 hours, maybe every 72 hours, whenever you compound regularly, your deposit is obviously going to grow. That means your max available is going to grow along with it. And that also means that not percent, but the equivalent dollar amount that you're going to earn every single day is going to grow along with that exponentially over time. So let's say you max out your wallet in a couple of years, about 2 years from now, you would be earning about $171 a day if prices stay at, let's show it again, 60 cents per drip. What do you think the chances are that in 2 years, drip is still going to be at 60 cents? You might think it's going to be lower than that. And that's fine. I'm not hating on you at all. That's perfectly fine. Everyone has their own opinion. Maybe you think it's going to be 60 cents in 2 years. Maybe you think it's going to be 0.6 cents. I don't know. Nobody knows. But what does your gut say? Is the drip price likely to be higher than it is right now? Or is it likely to be lower? Everyone has to do that calculation and weigh those odds in their mind because nobody knows. Now me, I'm betting that the drip price is going to be much higher than what it is now at 60 cents. But that's me. That may not be you. But here's what stupidity looks like. Stupidity just ignores the fact that we're on another crypto cycle. We're in the midst of it. We're on that crypto roller coaster. The price of BNB is down. The price of Bitcoin is down. The price of Ether is down. All these prices are down. All these cryptocurrencies are down. We've seen this before. It's It's a cycle. We keep going through the cycle, and we'll go through these cycles, every few years or every couple of years. We're going to see it up, and then we're going to see it down. We're down 75%, Bitcoin and Ether. BNB is down 64%. XRP is down 90%. Do you think that these cryptos are going to bounce back? And if you do think that, then why would you think that DRIP would be one of the only ones that doesn't bounce back? With all of the utility that has been promised and that we're looking forward to, with the coming of Scratchy, I believe that Scratchy is going to be a thing. I believe that it's going to make an appearance in 2023 at some point during the year. Maybe not first quarter, maybe not even the second quarter, but it's going to make an appearance, and it's going to be a boon for the ecosystem for sure. So I'm banking on the fact that this 60 cent might be a low here. It might be close to a low at least. We're going to see. We're down 95+%. So we have more chance to go up than we do to go down. That's how I see it. Now, back to stupidity. So a silly person might see this information and ignore it, and then assume that DRIP is going to zero, so just discount everything I'm about to say here. So we put in 100 DRIP. We deposited that. We are making less than $1 a day. In about 2 years or so, we would be making $171 a day on that initial $75, $80 deposit. We'd be making $170 every single day. Now, let's assume that DRIP does not go crazy in that time frame. Let's assume that it goes less than crazy. Let's assume that the price goes from 60 cents to $5. Now that's not crazy. That is not crazy. DRIP was at $30 6 months ago. And when it dipped to $5, people were panicking like crazy just a couple of months ago. So we've seen it up, we've seen it down, we've seen it where it is right now, we've seen it much higher than where it is right now. Could it go lower? Of course it can go lower between now and 2 years from now. But I think a silly person would assume that it's going to go lower and stay lower. So let's just say, to be very conservative, that the DRIP price is at $5 a couple of years from now after you have maxed out. You got a max wallet, you would be earning $1,369 every single day, and that would last for an entire year if prices stayed at about $5 or so. Is a less than $100 bet on DRIP returning to a $5 price target. Crazy? Is it? I mean, people put $100 on their favorite cryptocurrency and wait for it to return one day. One day, Dogecoin is gonna, go back to its all-time high. One day, DOT is gonna go back to its all-time high. One day, Shiba Inu is gonna go back to its all-time high. One day, Bitcoin, I think we all agree, it's going to go back to its all-time high and even surpass that. But for some reason, DRIP can't do that. What is it with DRIP that makes people so crazy? I don't understand. However, what I do understand is that the numbers don't lie. So let's look at this. In the beginning, when we deposited our 100 DRIP, we were making about 80 cents a day after about a month. When we max out, we're going to be making $1,300 and let's just say $60 a day. Okay, that's per day. Per day. We're going to find out what our return is in just a second. But this is just a day, guys. So we're about 171,000% up. We started with 83 cents, or about 80% to begin with, all right, per day. And we ended up with about 1,300 and some change, 1,300 and some change dollars per day that we would be making from an initial investment of less than $100. It's a bet, yes, but is it like playing blackjack? I don't think so. I think the odds are a lot better than playing blackjack or playing roulette. That's just how I'm seeing it. So I think one of the ways that you can avoid being silly is to think about the actual odds. We're already down a ton. Do you think it's just going to continue forever? We're just going to keep sinking. If you're on that ship, then that's fine. I get it. I'm not even sure why you're listening to this. But if you think that there's potential for a recovery in the crypto market, then perhaps you think there's a potential for a recovery in the drip price. And if so, $5 is not very crazy compared to what it is right now and compared to where it was not too long ago. I'm not even talking about $100 prices. I'm not talking about $50 prices. I'm talking about $5. If it returns to $5 and you make a less than $100 investment in drip today, in a couple of years, you would be sitting pretty. And that's just the numbers. So, to me, stupidity looks like the individual who ignores the numbers and just wants to hate on the platform for no apparent reason. You could be passing up an opportunity to make quite a cash in down the line. Do you have the patience to wait? I think you do, because a lot of y'all out here betting on one of these cryptos, just throwing $100 or $200, $300 at them and just sitting back and waiting to cash in one day. But here, with drip, you get paid 1% every single day. And on top of that 1%, you can cash in on the appreciation of the asset price as it goes up. I think it's a no-brainer, but of course, that's just me. That's not you, right? You have to decide for yourself. Don't forget to like the video. Would you take that $75 or $80 bet on drip today to cash in on much more down the road in a couple of years, perhaps? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, stay smart, stay in the black.